Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor Zach here. Thanks so much for spending some time with me today as we gather in this time of community and as we look forward to engage one another, to be uplifted and to continue to challenge and to live into what God is calling us to do. It's amazing what 4 words can do. This past Sunday, we focused on them a little bit, and I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into them. It comes from one of the shows I really enjoy. It's called Ted Lasso. I know it's a little bit older, but it's one of those ones that we sort of found and we really enjoyed. And it's a quote from Walt Whitman that says, "Be curious, not judgmental." I was struck by that a lot over the last week as we finished our vacation Bible school, as all of these kids were here and excited, and as we learned with them and were silly with them and celebrated with them and engaged with them, the ability to be curious, to ask questions, to invite conversation, I think is much needed in ourselves, in our world today, because it opens us up. It invites someone in to a deeper relationship. We talk more about it on with the readings that we had from the Sunday about connecting and about how often that, like James and John in the reading, they wanted to, rain fire down on a city who said, "Yeah, we're not really sure we want to have you with us." But it's an opportunity, I think, and it's a way for us to learn and to grow and to experience where someone might be coming from. What does it mean to you to be curious? What things can you be curious about this week? How might that question, that statement, that opportunity allow you to let go of some of the judgments, some of the challenges that you have going on? As teachers, as learners, as educators, as people, we have an opportunity to learn something new excuse me, each and every day. We have a hope that we can see something and experiencing something new. And we can do a lot of that just by being curious, by seeing what's around us, by looking for something that is new, by asking a question of someone we may not know so that we can learn a little bit. All of us have that opportunity each and every day. And we are invited by a God who wants us to be curious. Throughout the Bible, we see characters who are seeking this notion of curiosity, of hope, of wonder, and all God does is invite that. Invite the question, invite the hope, the opportunity, that connection of being curious. Because when we're curious, I believe when we're curious, when we have this question, this hope, we hold off on judgment. We hold off on making a decision because we want to know more. We want to understand. We want to lift something up by getting to know it. We all have things we can learn. We all have growing edges. None of us knows absolutely everything. And we are still in process. And that's awesome. I think that's really exciting. I find it exciting as I learn new things and as I learn ways and opportunities and how to connect with different people. There's a show for the streaming service of Disney Plus called Limitless with Chris Hemsworth. And we just watched one last night about memory. And it was talking about how the research that has been done is that spending 20 minutes, and they didn't say a day or a week, so I'm curious about that, but 20 minutes in the woods without any technology or outside without any technology actually can help increase brain function. Think about that. One of the things that they say is the hippocampus, one of the parts of the brain that they are talking about where they see dementia people with dementia and the disease be affected by it is the hippocampus, which talks about figuring things out. And so his, big focus for that episode was that he and a buddy of his went hiking with no GPS, with no maps. They planned their route from maps and photographs and went, okay, let's go. And they relied on themselves, and they relied on the sun, and they relied on their memory. Imagine that possibility. Some of us, it would probably cause great anxiety if we went out into the woods without phone, without GPS, without some sort of technology. But the invitation that is there to be curious, to see the world differently, to be invitational, to be hope-filled, to be open to what is around us, to be curious. So I invite you to do just that today, this week. Spend 20 minutes outside in the woods. There's a lot of great places to go hiking around here. Even if you're uncertain about walking in the woods alone, take your phone with you, but don't use it. Be curious. Engage with someone. Have a conversation. Ask questions. Share in that. Be curious, not judgmental. This opportunity to let go of some of that. I think that so much hinders us, not only because we make snap decisions about people, but also because we miss out on great opportunities to get to know people, to get to know what they're going through, to learn from them, and to share in the joys that they have and some of the struggles that they have. To know that none of us are alone in this. So, be curious, not judgmental. Go for a walk in the woods today or this weekend. Find some time to be together, to be engaged in community, to have those relationships and those connections, to live into this hope and this promise for the world, and to share it. As always, I thank you for your comments, your questions, your smart remarks. If there's ever anything you all want to hear me talk about or have a conversation about, please feel free to share it so that we can continue this conversation and so that we can live into this together. Hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy, be safe out there as we celebrate the 4th, as we remember the importance of it, and as we live into it. Let us be curious together and not judgmental. Take care, everybody. Have a great week. God bless. We'll see you soon.